Hey everyone, my name is Hey everyone, my name is Adedion. I am 10 years old. I am a Mastermind circle partner. I am here to share my testimony this past 5 months. Mastermind have taught me how to be self-aware. Before, I used to go about my day without reflecting on it. Now I can do that. Mastermind have also taught me how to be kind by tax giving. And Mastermind have taught me how to do to-do list which you will do that day. Mastermind have also taught me how to practice my skills like drawing. Before, I don't used to have time for my drawing or writing my stories. Now I can try. So Mastermind has taught me all these things. Thank you.
Hi there, welcome to the Young and Empowered Children Conference 2026. This is our fourth edition, and if you made it here, then I want to say a big congratulations to you, whether you are a child or the parent of a young child. You have just planted yourself in the room where transformation is inevitable. In this room, you will have a total mindset shift, because in this room, we are going to be sharing with you strategies and wisdom that will help you move your parenting and move your life from point 0 to point 100 and above. So I want to say once more, you are so in the right place. I want to say once more, you have made the right decision to be in this room today. So why don't you sit tight with an open mind, okay? Get ready to learn. Get ready to be transformed. Get ready for a total mindset shift. Get ready for conviction that will help you see that you were born to be great. You were born to be a mastermind. You were born to impact your generation. You were born to be that person that came not to carry last. So, welcome again to the conference. Let the learning and let the transformation begin. Welcome.
Good day everyone, my name is Arai Shafi and I'm here to say how Mastermind have done an impact on my life. Mastermind have taught me how to be resilient, how to make me concentrate, and how to make me what I should do in school. Like the tasks, when they say I should write my journal, when I do my tasks of today, write how I write my reflection. I so much appreciate it. Thank you for sharing that. My name is Arai. Bye. Hey everyone, my name is Adedion. I am 10 years old. I am a Mastermind circle partner. I am here to share my testimony this past 5 months. Mastermind have taught me how to be self-aware. Before, I used to go about my day.
Are we live? Are we live? Yes, we are. Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 2 of the Young and Empowered Children's Conference. Day 1 was explosive. We had Coach Wendy Ologe come to speak to the parents, and then I myself spoke to the younger ones. For those who don't know, my name is Kamsi Chima, and I am the lead partner of the Mastermind Circle, and I spoke yesterday at the conference. So we'll be bringing on our moderators. In a bit. Do we have our moderators in the house? All right, so while we wait for our moderators, let's just take a testimonial from the Mastermind Circle. Let's have that on now, please.
Good day, everyone. My name is Aloy Shafi, and I'm here to say how Mastermind have done an impact on my life. Mastermind have taught me how to be resilient, how to make me concentrate, and how to make me what I should do in school. Like the tasks, when they say I should write my journal, when I do my tasks of today, write how I write my reflection. I so much appreciate it. Thank you, Coach Mary. My name is Aloy. Bye.
Good day, everyone. My name is Elera Fortune, and I am 7 years old. I want to tell how Mastermind have been helping me all these years. They have been helping me to help others, be kind to others, and also help my sibling in any problem. And I'm good in my tests, my academic. And the best thing I love in Mastermind Circle is Friday skill. My Friday skill is my Friday skill. Mastermind is also helping me in my talent. It has been an amazing day in Mastermind Circle. God bless you. Amen.
Good day, everyone. My name is Asha Fortune, and I want to say about how the Mastermind has been helping me for these years. The Mastermind has helped me to do my talent. It has helped me to do my academics. Even though I lost, I still keep going. And I love Skill Friday because my Skill Friday is about how we share our talents, our skills, and that's the best part of it. And also, I want to thank Coach Marybeth that has been teaching me all for this like 4 or 5 years on how I should do my budget, wants and needs, etc. My financial goals, my academics, my spiritual goals, and also been encouraging me to do better, even though I made a mistake or fail. And Coach Marybeth, I want to tell you that Skill of Friday, they are awesome. They are amazing. Thank you.
All right, and we're back. So those were a few of our amazing partners at the Mastermind Circle. The Mastermind Circle is a peer mentorship and accountability group where we groom young minds to become masterminds. So next, we're going to be having the bio of our speaker play, and our speaker for today is an amazing person. And I speak of course, as the person who experiences her more than anyone. So quickly now, let's have the bio of Coach Mary Beth up.
Mary Beth Chimmer is an educator, children's coach, and leading voice in premium parenting, an international approach to raising purpose-driven, high-capacity children. She is the founder of the Parenting Through Mentorship community and PTM Resources and the matron of the Children's Mastermind Circle, where she mentors young children and equips families with practical systems to raise self-aware, disciplined, and resourceful children. Mary Beth is the convener of the Young and Empowered Children's Conference and the Mastermind Circle platforms through which children are guided to discover their identity, develop their potential, and build relevant life skills from an early age. Through her work speaking and book series, including the Stories for Champions, Skill Up, and Little Man series, she partners with parents to raise a generation of confident, value-driven, and future-ready young children into resourceful teens. She is happily married with 2 amazing children. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, with a loud applause, let's make welcome the Young and Empowered Children's Conference, the heart and brain behind this vision, and the Children's Mastermind Circle, Mary Beth Chimmer!
All right, good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever it is you're joining us from. I am super excited. I'm always saying I'm super excited. All right, so you know that I am always super excited. The children in the mastermind know that. Welcome to day 2. And today I will be sharing with you, dear children. I hope this class is filled with children, okay? Because this session is for children. Now, there are very few people in present right now. So it means that your friend is probably not here. So I want you to take a minute to invite or go and remind your friend that they need to be here right now, because we are about to break every ground where it comes to letting you know that you are light. So today, I will be teaching on the topic, Dear Child, You Are Light. Are you ready for me? Go and invite your friends, okay? Then we will move. So I'm giving you 1 minute. Rush, and invite your friends right now before we move. Okay. So I'm giving you a few minutes to do that. Before we move. Invite your friend. Remind your friend. Masterminds, remind your partners that they need to be here. Where is everybody? Remind them so that we can hit the ground running. Okay? Now I'll be turning this way a little because my slide is on this side. I don't know why it can't be, a little this way. Okay, so I'm going to start by asking you a few questions. Okay? I'm going to start by asking you a few questions. Have you ever entered a room before and the room was dark? Have you found yourself in a dark room before? If you found yourself in a dark room before, I want you to tell me what happened when the lights came on. As soon as the lights came on, everywhere became bright, isn't it? That is it. That's the work of light. Next slide, please. That is the work of light. Light will help you see. Light helps people to see what is happening around them. Light will bring darkness out. Now, it's not as if there's anywhere that the darkness ran to. It's simply because light entered the room. So what it means is that every time that light comes into a space or light comes into a room, darkness disappears. That's the work of light. Light gives hope. That is why if you're in Nigeria, every time NEPA takes lights, PHCN, right? That's what we call them now. Every time they take light or every time there is a power cut, you go like, oh no, right? If you don't have an inverter, you always go like that, or you don't have another source of power. Even with any other source of power, there's a way the light goes off and you go like, oh no, right? Until it comes back on. And there's this excitement, they say, happens amongst, Nigerians when light comes on. There's this sound that goes, I don't know if you have it in your homes or around your house. There's that sound that goes when light comes on. I don't know. It just gives you joy. There's a joy that comes up upon you as soon as that light, that sound comes on. That is to tell you that light gives you hope. It just makes you feel like the day is going to be beautiful. It makes you feel like everything is going to be all right. It makes you feel like, it is joy. Today is joyful, or today is going to be joyful. Next slide, please. Okay? So, I want to tell you today, if you didn't know, boys and girls, I want you to know this today. You are light. I need you to stand up on your feet and tell yourself, I am light. Get up on your feet right now and tell yourself, I am light. Did you just say that? Did you say that? If you did, now go to the comment section and use an emoji that shows that you are light. I want to see you. How many people are light? Let me see you. Let me see your light. Shine your light. I'm not seeing them. I'm looking at the comments and I can't see your light. Let me see you. If you know you are light, let it show in the comments. Put light, fire, light, bulb, fire. You guys are not lights because I'm not seeing any light. I'm looking at the screen and I can't see any light. You are light. Let me see your fire. Let me see your light. Let me see. Good job. I can see Venvedi. Who is that? I am light. I can see his bulb. Oh, that person's bulb. Only one person is light in this room. Use emojis to let me know that you are light. I want to see your emojis. I want to see the fire. I want to see the light. Thank you so very much. I can see Folasha Day. Good job. I see. I am light. I see fire. Let me see it. Let me see it. Anytime light comes in, darkness disappears. Let me see the light in the room. I can't see enough light. I am light. Good job. Light, light, light. Right? You are light. Now you are light because not only are you light, God has put so much inside of you that every time you walk into the room, that which is inside you brings light. So it is not maybe I am light. It is not I think that I am light. It is that I am light. God did not create you to hide. That's what it means. What it means for you to be light is that God did not create you to hide. God did not create you to always sit down at the back of your class. So if you're one of those that every time you go to school, you're always looking for the back of the class to go and sit down, it's because you're telling yourself that you are not light. Because if you're light, you will know that light sits right in front and it shines for the world to see. You are not light so that you can be behind your friends, that anytime they tell you what to do, you are doing what they tell you to do. If you are light, you will come into a room and everywhere will become light and darkness will disappear. So how can you be the one that comes into the room, darkness disappears, and someone will come and tell you, let us go and do something wrong? They will come and tell you, let us go and play where they say we should not play. They will come and tell you, let us go and watch screens when they say you are light. So darkness disappears when you come in because light is power. Light is beautiful. Light is joyful. Light is powerful. You are light, boys and girls. So I want you to say it again to yourself so that your brain can hear it, so that your mind can believe it, so that the people around it, you would know it. You are light. If you're in the mastermind, you already know that you are light, isn't it? The children in the mastermind know that they are light and that they know that it is their job to shine the light everywhere they find themselves. So you walk into your classroom, and if people were fighting and getting angry and insulting themselves, they stop because you are light and you are now in the room. You are light. So that's why when your friends are gossiping about people, you turn and you say to them, don't do that here. Do you know why you're saying that? It's because you are light. And when light comes into the conversation, gossip stops immediately because gossip is darkness. You are light. That's why when people are making noise and doing the negative things, when your teachers go out of the classroom, instead of studying or doing the work that your teacher said you should do, people start jumping around and playing around. You are light. That's why you say to them, come on, guys, can you guys just sit? Let's do what we're supposed to do, because the teacher instructed us differently. You are light. So every time you come into a place, joy comes in, instructions come in, discipline comes in, because you are light. Next slide, please. So I want to remind you today, and I want you to go everywhere you go with it, knowing that you are light. God already put greatness inside of you. Everybody, to your chest, take your hand and put it on your chest and say, I have greatness inside of me. God already put greatness inside of you. God has already put gifts inside of you. These are the things that God has put inside of you so that you can shine them forth. So it is what is inside of you that makes you light. You are not just light because Coach Mary Bright is telling you today, I am light, I am light. No, you are light because God has put those things inside of you. You are not light because someone started saying you are light. You are light because from the day you were born, God has put light inside of you. The things God has put inside of you, they are the ones that are making you the light. But you see the problem. If you do not use those things that God has put inside of you, you will quench that light. If you don't use those things that God has put inside of you, that little light of yours is not going to shine. That's why I wrote one powerful book that I'm going to release in a few weeks. This little light of mine. Oh my goodness, I can't wait for you to read that book. It will blow your mind. Because when you read that book, you will know that you know that you know that I'm not joking here today and that I was not telling you a lie. You are light. God has put ideas inside of you. That's what makes you light. Because it's the idea that when you walk into a place and everybody's confused, when you walk into a place and everybody doesn't know what to do, there is a problem, they cannot solve it. The light inside of you are the ideas that you have to share. Not nyama nyama, not anyhow ideas, good ideas that will bring good solution. You are light because inside of you is purpose. Do you know that God created you for something? Boys, God, guys, you see me. It's even shaking me right now because I need you to understand and I need you to know these things. Because when you know these things, your classmates will not tell you. They won't talk to you anyhow. That boy, that girl in the playground will not say anything to you and you will be crying. When mastermind partners, you know we don't cry when, right? When they say things to you, you will not cry because you know who you are. God has put purpose inside of you. What it means is that the day you were born, the day you were created, the day God decided to gift you to your mommy and your daddy, God did it with a purpose. You did not fall here. You did not come here to come and roam about. You came here to fulfill a prophecy. You came here to become something that God already decided before you were born. So when you know that you have a purpose, then you are light. When you know you have, it is inside of you, you are intelligence. Intelligence that is inside of you is what makes you light. That is why, if you do not sharpen that intelligence, if you're not reading books, some of you, they say, read book. I don't want. They say read books that will give you a sound mind. You only want to read Diary of a Wimpy Kid. Wimpy, wimpy, wimpy. Do you want to be wimpy? Is that all that there is to be? When you read the right books, you are building the intelligence that God has given you. When you sit down in class and you pay attention to what your teacher is teaching, you are shining your light. When it is time for you to do your schoolwork and to do your homework, you do it. That is you shining your light. When your friend is having trouble with understanding something and you help them out, that is you shining your light. Kansi told you yesterday that he used to teach science on YouTube. Yes, he would actually create models and he would actually teach children science. You should go and check his channel. He was 8 years old at the time. Come see My Science, My World. That was him shining his light by using the intelligence that God has already put inside of him to shine his light. It is already inside. You all have it. You don't have to teach science. You don't have to do anything that anybody else has done. Do your own thing and shine your light with what God has put inside of you. Now, if you understand, God has put inside you leadership. You are a leader. You did not come here to come and follow people up and down. You came here to lead. God has put it inside of you. Leadership is inside of you. That is another way that you shine your light. So today, we're going to talk about how you can shine that light brightly. We're going to talk about how the world will not know you if you're not shining that light. In this world, without allowing the things that God has put inside of you to shine, nobody is going to see your light. That's why the scripture says that you are the light of the world. And so you cannot light a candle or light up the light and you put it under a bushel. You will put it somewhere where it will shine for the world to see. I want you to say to yourself again, I am light. Did I hear you? Say it again to yourself, I am light. Next slide, please. Everything you need is already inside of you, boys and girls. All you need to do is shine your light. Now I'm going to ask you very important questions. I said that at the beginning. So I'm going to ask you very important questions. And I want you to take these questions very, seriously. If you can write, even write them. Number one, who are you when nobody is there? Who are you when nobody is there looking at you, monitoring you, or telling you what to do? Who are you? Are you shining your light in times like that? Or are you that one that your mom will say study, or you're supposed to do something when they're not there? You carry the remote control, you will be watching TV, you will be playing games. When they come, you will hide or you will hide it. That is you not shining your light. That's darkness wanting to consume you. When no one is there, do you eat and go and throw your plates in the kitchen, scatter everywhere and go away? Are you shining your light when no one is there? Number two, what makes you special and different from others? What makes you special and different from others? That's not a simple question, boys and girls. I need you to think about it seriously, because part of your purpose and how you're going to shine your light is in how God has made you specially and wonderfully. So each of us, God has made specially, wonderfully, and specially, each of us has been made. And so it is what God has put inside of you and what God has made you in particular. You, John, you, Aino, you, Tunde, you, Baba, all of you, each and every one of us. It's what God has put inside of us that is different about us. That is how we're going to shine our light. So you need to find that thing about you that you love to do, that you enjoy doing, that you do right so well that everybody even comes to you. You know, sometimes in class when you finish drawing, everybody's interested in seeing your drawing because everybody knows that in this area you are the dawn. So have you found that thing that is your special? I need you to find it today. Number three is, what kind of problems do you think that you can solve today? What kind of problem do you think that you can solve in the future? I'll tell you how you know what kind of problems you can solve. You find said that, you are someone that every time there's always music playing in your head, or that you love music every time you hear music, and that you know how to recognize nice sounds, nice beats, and all of that. What it tells you is that you have something for music. And who knows, you actually, my battery is low. And who knows, you actually can be someone that if you start building and practicing and honing that light, okay? So, and you start honing that light, it will shine. So that's part of how you know that this thing is part of the light that God has put inside of you. Number 4, what kind of friend do you want to become? What kind of friend do you want to become? Some of you are not nice people. You are very nasty. You are the reason someone's child does not want to come to school the next day. If you are that kind of person, I want you to stop and repent today. Let you not ever be the reason why a child doesn't want to come to school, because you are not nice and you are nasty towards them. What kind of friend do you want to be? Are you the one that is always making your friend leave their schoolwork and go out to play every time? Are you the reason why your friend does not listen to their parents because they want to be like you? Are you a bad friend showing bad example to your friends, or are you a good friend showing good examples to your friends? These are the questions you should answer to make you know what kind of friend you want to be. What bad habits do you have? Because every one of us has one small thing or that's right. So I want you to pay attention to the habits that you have that you know is going to stop you from becoming great. Because you cannot become great with bad habits. You can't. You are never doing anything until it is like it's called procrastination. Bad habits. You are someone that you will finish eating your plate, you will never take it and wash it. Bad habits. You don't know how to finish the things that you start. Every time they ask you to do something, you will do a little. You will run and go and play. You will do a little. You run and go and play. You will never start anything and finish at the same time. You are always running to other things and never finishing. In fact, you will start and you will run and go and play for 1 hour. You walk for 2 minutes, for 10 minutes, and you play for 1 hour. If you are like that, bad habits. You are the one that you will never wake up early. Never. You will always wake up very late when the world has finished doing everything. That's why we want bad habits. So I want you to find out what are the bad habits that you have that could stop you from shining your light or using the gifts that God has given you. Very important. The next one is, what do you think God sees when he looks at you? Good. What do you think that God sees when God looks at you? Right? What kind of person are you? Some of you will wake up in the morning, you will not make your bed, you will not pray, you will not do anything. It's straight from bed to the remote control. On a school day, it's straight from bed to the bathroom, you carry your bag, you go home, you go to school. Then you even come back from school, you will dump the bag anywhere, sometimes in your living room, other times in the kitchen, and other times on the floor in your room, other times it will even remain in the car. You are never responsible for anything. Some of you will make mistakes and they will correct you and you will make excuses. It's never your fault. It's every other person's fault. So how does God see you? Does he see you like someone who loves him? Does God see you as someone who listens to him? Does God see you as someone who does the things that God has commanded us? Because if you cannot listen to your parents, your parents cannot even tell you what to do. You know too much. Or they will give you instructions, you will never follow it. How does God see you? Does he see you as a child who follows the instructions of their parents or honor their parents? Or does God see you as a child that nobody can instruct you? How do you think God sees you? Number 7, if your future self meets you today, will they be proud of you? If the person you're going to become in the future sees you today, would they be proud of you? What that means is, what are you doing today that is in line with what you want to become 10 years from now, 20 years from now, 30 years from now? Some of you say, oh, I want to be someone who is a blessing to the world. And then I ask you, how do you want to be a blessing to the world? Or you say, oh, I want to be a medical doctor because I want to treat people. But today, are you kind to the people around you? Today, is your room tidy? Today, when you are doing things, do you do them with excellence? Because how are you going to be a medical doctor who is going to tear people apart and you are not neat? You are not organized. You do not know how to start and finish. That means when you operate people, you will leave cotton wool inside of them. When you operate people, you will forget to close something that you opened, and you will be the reason why the person will fall sick. They call it sepsis. Sometimes because of something like that, something can happen inside the person that will not cause an infection. Now, you will see people going up and down. Oh, the person is not well. Meanwhile, it was because of one careless person that when he was a child, mommy would say every time, return things when you finish using them, you will not return them. Boys and girls, hold your ears like this and listen to me. The things you do not do today, you will not do when you become an adult. If you are a careless person today, when you become an adult, you will not change and become wonderful just because you're now an adult. It is the bigger version of the careless person that you are today that you will become when you become an adult. Except you decide to be intentional and you decide to change. And that change has to start today. So if you're one of those that your mom or your dad is always saying, you do not know how to return things, I want to teach you something today. Open your ears wide. A thing for a place and a place for a thing. Everything has a place and every place has a thing that belongs there. So when you come into the living room in your house, I want you to look around you and say, is this thing in the place where it needs to be? So if the throw pillow is on the floor, you cannot jump and pass. You cannot be watching TV here and the throw pillow is all around the place. Or the plate that you used to eat breakfast is sitting down there by the side stool on the floor. It means that you do not know where the plate is supposed to be. Because if you know a thing for a place and a place for a thing, then you will take the thing to the place where it belongs. That's how we roll. It's a thing for a place and a place for a thing. If you know that, then when you become a doctor, you will remember to keep things where they are supposed to be and you will not cross cotton wool inside someone's stomach. Some of you say, oh, I want to be an impact maker. I want to be someone who blesses people. But right now, you're the nastiest boy in your class. Very nasty. When new people come into your class, you will take it upon yourself to make sure that they are uncomfortable because they are new. Is it a sin to be a new boy or a new girl in the class? Is it a sin to be a new boy or a new girl in the block? You will make sure that the person is miserable. And tomorrow you say you want to impact the world. Which world are you going to impact? It is how you impact the people in your class today, how you impact the people in your house today that will determine how you will impact people in the world. Out there in the world. Should I start naming all the things that I hear you say you want to be? You know the one that you are saying you want to be. What are the characters that you have today? What are the things that you are doing today? Is it going to allow you be that person that you want to be? Will your future self be proud of you and what you do today? The last one is, if your parents decide if your parents are not at home, would you be, if your parents tell me rather, if I ask your parents today, what kind of person you are at home, would I be proud of what they will tell me? Because sometimes people will come, Coach Marybeth, when you see your teachers, when your teacher say, Pim, you will sit down. When your teacher say, do this, you will do it. When your principal looks at you, you are shaking. But when your parents tell you to do anything, you will not do. So if your parents go to your class and ask you and tell your teacher what you are like at home, will your teacher be proud of you? If your parents visit your school and tell your principal what you are like, will they be proud of you? If your parents met me and they tell me what you do at home, will I be proud of you? So boys and girls, you need to be you. The same you everywhere. At home, in school, and everywhere you find yourself. Next slide, please. I need to take it faster. All right? So guys, what matters? What are the things that matters? Let's look at it. You are the light of the world. What God says about you is this. God says that you are valuable. God says that you are important. God says that you are chosen specially and you are made fearfully and wonderfully. God says that you are intelligent. God says that you are capable. God says that you are loved. God says that you are created for a purpose. And God says, I should tell you that you can influence the world. But you can't be all of these things if you don't know that you are. Now, if you know that you are all of these, then nobody, and I say nobody, not even your classmates, your teachers, the boy in the playground, the girl that doesn't like you, sometimes even your parents, when they are upset with you, nobody can say you are anything differently. You are anything different. So I want you, when you catch the replay of this session, copy these things that I say God says you are and begin to live it. So that anytime anybody says a negative word towards you, I want you to speak these things to yourself and tell yourself, God says that I'm valuable. So nobody can tell me I'm useless. God says that I'm important. So nobody can tell me I am senseless. God says that I am chosen. So nobody can tell me that I am not wanted here. Know what God says you are and then live it out. Be kind. Be happy. Be kind to other people. Be a blessing to other people. And then own what God says you are. Okay? Next slide, please. Let's move really very fast now. Now, I want you to repeat. Make this one very loud. I want you to repeat that I am light. Say it again. I know you said it 3 or 4 times. Say it again. I am light. God has put greatness inside of me, and my life is for a purpose. Should we repeat it again? I am light. God has put greatness in me, and my life has a purpose. If you said that, I want you to do this and give yourself a big hug. Hug yourself, hug yourself, hug yourself. Let me see you hugging yourself in the comment section. Let me see big hugs in the comments. Let me know that you are hugging yourself since I cannot see you. Hug yourself for me. Give yourself a big hug like this. All right, so I'm going to run through 10 things that you must start doing now that you are hugging yourself, now that you have agreed that you are light, now that you have spoken it with your mouth, so that the devil will hear, so that your brain will hear, so that your mind will hear that you are light. Now, these are the things that you have to start doing today. The 10 things you have to start doing today because you are light. Number 1, disobedience does not have anything to do. Your name and disobedience do not come together. Your name and disobedience, they don't have any business with each other anymore. So you cannot be disobedient to your parents. When your parents say this, even when it is something that you're not happy to do at that time, 2 things you can do. You can say to your parents, I'm on it, mommy. I'm on it, daddy. Or, please, can I get some time to do it later? And don't say later, give them the time. Mommy, can I do it at 1 o'clock? Can I do it in the afternoon? And make sure that when the afternoon comes, you do it, because your integrity is in what you say you will do, and you do it eventually. So there are only 2 things you can say to your parents. I'm on it, or can I do it later? If it is something that is not right, if it is something that is against God's will, then you will have a conversation with them respectfully. But mom, I thought scripture said, or mom, I thought you said the other time, because sometimes I know, sometimes our parents can say one thing, and then they will now ask you to do another thing. So remind them. Even God says that we should remind him of his word. So remind your parents of what they have taught you, and then they said. So I'll give you a little gist the other day. So yesterday, I think some days ago, my daughter was talking to me. The other day, she was talking to me, and she wanted me to do something. She wanted me to give her something. I can't remember what it was, and I said, no, I've finished the matter. And she was still talking to me, and I started singing. I wasn't answering her anymore. I started just singing my song. And she said, but mommy, that's the problem. When you talk to me and I am humming or something, you say it is disrespectful. But you are doing the same thing. So you know something, I had to stop and I apologized to her. Because when your mommy is talking to you and you start singing all those songs that you learn in school, all those songs that your friends, it's very disrespectful. It's very disrespectful. Don't do it. So the moment she called my attention, I stopped immediately. So yes, you can actually call your parents' attention to that, because we're your parents, we're not perfect too. I hope your mommy or daddy I hope they didn't tell you that they know everything and they do everything right, because it's not true. So sometimes remind them respectfully, not in a nasty way. Okay? So disobedience out of the room. Idleness. This one. Some of you think that it is cruise. Some of you think that it is ajebota. Some of you think that it is being a giver or a soft life, that you don't do anything. You cannot wash dishes. You cannot clean your room. You cannot wash your toilet. You can't even wash your underwears. And you think it's cruise. If you are in this meeting, you are 5 years old, you are 6 years old, you are 12 or 13 years old, and I catch you, or your parents tell me that you don't do these things, I'll be very upset with you. What do you mean? In fact, those of you who are coming to the mastermind, because you should all come to the mastermind. You should come, because in the mastermind, we do all of these things. There is no baby. You are not a baby. If you're 5, you can do things, because God created you to be fruitful. If you are idle, you are going against the will of God. You are sinning against God. I said so. Anytime that you find yourself idle, not doing anything, you wake up in the morning, TV, food, sleep, game, you did not do any chore, you did not do any work in the house, that day you have committed a sin, because you did not follow the word of God that says you should be fruitful, multiply, and be a blessing to the world. So none of you is supposed to be idle. So idleness, out of the door. It does not belong here if you want to shine your light. If you want to shine your light, you must be friendly. Yes, you must be a friendly person. Be the person that people can walk up to you and speak to you without being afraid. Some of you, people can't talk to you because you are just such a mean person and you are not approachable. Wear a good smile. Be kind to people. When people have problems, let them go to you without being afraid. Very important. Okay? If you want your light to shine, you must be someone who doesn't make excuses every time. Excuse. What excuse does is it blocks your mind from taking instructions. Excuse, because you make too many excuses, that's why you don't know how to do anything. Because you make too many excuses, that's why you don't know how to correct the mistake that you're making. Because the moment you make an excuse, what you are saying is, I am perfect. I have done nothing wrong. And so your brain takes it, and the next time the brain will make you do that thing again, because you are constantly making excuses. So today, stop making excuses. You may not have bad intention. You did not plan to do it badly. But mommy is saying you didn't do it well. Calm down and listen to her, even when you think you're right. Don't make excuses. Look at it from, if you're in the mastermind, you understand perspective, meaning look at it from a different way, because we see things differently because of where we are looking at it from. Okay? Don't make excuses. If you make excuses, you will not shine your light. The next one is doubt. You can't be doubting what God's word has said about you. If anybody says anything and you're not sure about it, go to the scripture. That's the only time you should take your parents' gadgets. If you are in this house, if you are in this room between 5 and age 13, you don't have any business with a phone. You don't have any business with phones or iPads and all. You don't have any business. The only time you should borrow your mommy or daddy's own to actually use it is when you want to research things like that. Someone says you are ugly. Take the phone and what does scripture say about me? Go and read what God says, or go and read the Bible and see what God says about you. Okay? You must know that, so that you are not in doubt of what God has said about you. All right. The next one is lies. It's out of the table. It's out. Break the table. If you're on the table where lies, you tell lies. Some of you, you tell lies like this, as if lies now water. You tell lies as if lies is food. You can never tell the truth. You are always afraid of what they will do to you. Sweetheart, it is better that you are at peace with God than it is that you are at peace with men. Okay, so tell the truth because God is more important. I tell you one little secret. You know, I'm a mommy. When you tell us the truth as your parents, we don't get as angry as when you lie to us. You just don't know it. That's why you think you should lie. When you tell us the truth as your parents, we temper, we temper justice with mercy. But you see that lie, we don't like it. So don't lie. It's out of the table. Habit of giving up. You can't give up. When you start something, you finish it. You are in the mastermind. I don't want to write reports. I don't want because they are following you and they are saying you need to do what you have to do. I don't want that. No way. You finish everything and you come back again because it is when you start and you finish that you will grow. That's when you shine your light. And then the last one, you don't have time to waste because time is destiny. Every time you're wasting your time, you're wasting your destiny. Every time you're wasting your time, you're wasting what God has placed inside of you. Every time you're wasting your time, you will play video games for 4 hours, but you cannot read for 20 minutes. You will watch TV for 6 hours, but you cannot read a book, a sensible book for 30 minutes. You will read Diary of a Wimpy Kid and Mallory Towers and all of those other books, but you cannot read a book that will develop your mind for 30 minutes. If you're doing that, stop. Read a bit of everything. I'm not saying don't read the books that make you laugh. I'm saying as you're reading that book, read the word of God also. Read the books that develop you. You have to grow in all areas. Very, very important. As we begin to round up, next slide, please. As we begin to round up, I want you to look at certain principles that you must imbibe. When I say imbibe, I mean that you must take into your life for you to shine your light. Number one, you must obey God and his wise commandments. Do you know that God's wise commandments many times will come to us through our parents? So if you're going to obey God, you must start listening to your parents. If you're going to obey God, you must start listening to the people that God has placed in your life, your spiritual leaders, okay? Your pastors, your priests, and your spiritual leaders, your imam. You must start listening to them. All of these people, God has given wisdom and God has given, God has anointed to direct you. You should start listening to them, okay? If you are going to be someone who will shine your light. Number two, I need to catch my breath. See, I'm so passionate about this issue. See the way I'm telling you, because a lot of you are going astray because you don't understand these things, okay? Now, you must be courageous, right? You must be someone who is courageous, okay? You must be courageous. So anytime you have something to do, you will try it out. You are not always looking for someone who will save you, someone who will take the burden from you. You will try what you have to do. And then if it's still difficult, then you ask for help. All right? David was very courageous. That is why when he went, that's why he was able to destroy Goliath, isn't it? He finished Goliath, who is Goliath. Because right there, when he was taking care of the sheep, he was able to kill all the wild animals that came for his sheep. So he had courage. If you don't try, if you don't train your hands for work, if you do not practice working and doing your chores, you will not be courageous. Every time you have anything to do, you'll be afraid. When, baby, you must be. Number three, you must serve. You must serve faithfully. That's why I am so proud of the mastermind partners who are serving in this conference. Do you know, boys and girls, that all this bio that you are listening to, my bio, Coach Wendy's bio, Kansi's bio, and all the other bios that you will hear in this conference, they were actually voiced by mastermind partners, some of them 7-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 8-year-olds, 10-year-olds. And you see how eloquent and how beautiful they are. Do you know that some of them had to repeat this, a number of times? Because we're not looking for perfections. We're looking for people who are ready to serve. Can you see our moderators? They are serving. Nobody's paying them. You're willing to do things. You can start right from home. What are you ready to do for your parents? Mom, what do you have for me to do for you? It's not every time you do, you say, pay me, give me money, because they're teaching you financial intelligence. Now everybody should pay you money. You give someone water, pay me money. Are you a tax collector? So begin to do things because you want to serve, okay? You cannot be a good leader if you are not someone who can serve. Number 5, you must stay close to God. Have I said that before? You must stay close to God. How do you wake up in the morning? No thanksgiving, nothing to God. You are just jumping. You are ready to go. Do you not know that you have a Father and that there's a reason you could wake up in the morning? So you must be close to God. You must find time, a quiet time. How many of you have quiet times? Because you have time that you watch movies and watch this one and play games. Do you have a time that you're quiet in God's presence, where you just read the word of God and you wait for God to explain it to you? Or you say to your parents, can you explain it to me? And you're quiet. Have you learned how to talk to God? Do you know that talking to God is not always in loud? When you finish praying, you sit down calmly and you listen to God. Don't just talk to God, also wait and listen to God. Very important. Okay, I'm rounding up now. The last part of this, please. All right, 5 things that will keep your light shining. Seek God for discernment. Anytime you want to do anything, anytime you're worried about anything, anytime you are afraid, when you have bad dreams, when your parents are upset with you, when you don't know what to do, always ask God to show you what to do. That's how your light will stay up. Number 2 is train your ears for instructions. When they say do, train yourself. Sometimes you don't want to do it. Sometimes it's difficult. Sometimes you don't like it. But because you want to train your ears on how to follow instructions, you just do it because you are training your ears. When you train your ears for instruction as a young child, when you become old, you will be successful because now your mentors can talk to you. And if you don't have a mentor, why now? Come to the Mastermind Circle. The Mastermind Circle from age 4, you can join the Mastermind Circle and be a little mind, okay? From 4 to 6 years old, we're going to be having a lot of fun, a lot of play and learning through play because we are going to start training our ears for instructions early. So then you start listening to your mentors. When you go to school, you listen to your teachers. When you come home, you listen to your parents. When you read the word of God, you listen to God. As you're doing this, your ears are being trained to run with instructions. Next one, you must learn to open yourself for learning. Always be willing to learn because a person who learns is going to be a powerful leader. The next one, you must submit yourself to serve. I've said that before. And lastly, you must train your hand and your mind for work. You must be someone who is hardworking. Who told you that to be an ajebota is to know how to do nothing? People wash your pants, they wash your socks, they wash your shoe, they wash your plate, they even carry your bag to the car. Who are you? Why? All right, so train your hands, train your minds, and of course, your hand for work. Now, I want you to declare this before you go. Everybody on your feet, let's declare. Rise up, rise up, rise up on your feet. This is the last thing we're going to be doing. Number 1, I want you to say to yourself, I am light. Have you said that? I am light. I will not hide my greatness. I will not hide my greatness. I will serve and I will shine. God has a purpose for my life. All right, now everybody give yourself a big round of applause and say, well done, Coach Mary Beth. All right, let me see you. Give yourself a round of applause and say, well done, Coach Mary Beth. And we're going to stop here. I said here, dear child, never let the world to convince you that you are ordinary because you are not ordinary. You are carrying gifts. You are carrying ideas. You are carrying leadership. You are carrying purpose. The world becomes brighter when you shine your light. So protect your light, boys and girls. Make sure you read my book, This Little Light of Mine. Okay, I'm going to be telling you how you will get them very soon. And then use your light to help others. Thank you very much for being here today. You are indeed light. That is why you are here. Thank you very much. All right, then. So I'm just going to go ahead, okay? Our next speaker is in the house. Okay, so we'll take a break now. And when we come back, we will have our next speaker. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section. All right, put them in the comment section and I will answer them before I go and our next speaker comes live. Thank you again, guys. You are amazing.
Good day, everyone. My name is Elera Fortune, and I am 7 years old. I want to tell you how Mastermind have been helping me all these years. They have been helping me to help others, be kind to others, and also help my sibling in any problem. And I'm good in my tests, my academic, and the best thing I love in Mastermind Circle is Friday skill. My Friday skill is my Friday skill. Mastermind is also helping me in my talent. It has been an amazing day in Mastermind Circle. God bless you. Amen.
Good day, everyone. My name is Aloy Shafi, and I'm here to say how Mastermind have done an impact on my life. Mastermind has taught me how to be resilient, how to make me concentrate, and how.
Good day, everyone. I am Zinachi Azikiwe. I hope you are enjoying the program. I am presenting Melody Oporuche, Good News Oke Oma, who is a 16-year-old entrepreneur. She is the founder of Indoor Greens, a company that promotes the usage of indoor plants, both for beauty and air purification. She is an aspiring author, writer, mangaka, poet, artist, and musician. After lecture, she likes to read novels, play the piano, watch anime, and learn the Japanese language and culture. She plans to be trained as a lawyer, which profession she hopes to use to fight for the downtrodden in the society. Help me to welcome Melody Good News Oke Oma.
All right, welcome back, everyone. I hope you had an amazing session in the last session. Okay, so we are moving right to the next session of today. Okay, and that's also a children's session. Okay, I want you to tell your parents after now that I want you to tell your parents after now that there is a 7 o'clock session for parents. Okay, but this is another children's session. Okay, where Melody, Good News Okeoma, is going to be speaking to you. Melody is such a bright young woman who is doing so many amazing things already at age 16. Yes. She's going to be speaking to you and be telling you, she's going to be talking to you about all the amazing things that that she's doing, right? Pay attention when she comes, okay? Right? Because what we're doing with these young teenagers that we bring to you is we are showing you, boys and girls, what is possible. We're trying to tell you that you see that light, that little light that is inside of you. If you decide to make it shine today, there is so much that the world is waiting for. That the world cannot even imagine yet that you can do to make a difference in it. So I want you to start pushing yourself to shine your light. And as I said, shining that light is not because mommy says you are beautiful. One beautiful girl. Malicha. Well, it's all good that we tell you that. Well, your parents, we should tell you great things. But that's not what makes your light shine. What makes your light shine is looking inside of you and taking the gifts, the talents, the beautiful things that God has placed inside of you, shining them or building them, developing them, and using them to shine your light and be a blessing to the world. That's what makes you shine. When our moderators come on, the children who are voicing come on, and the children who are giving these testimonials come on, what they are doing, dear boys and girls, is they are shining their light. They're using their voices. They're using their voices powerfully to send messages that can bless you. So if you have a voice and every time your mouth is quiet, you are always behind in your class. You are never in front. You're never doing anything. You're not shining your light. Okay? So we're going to be reading the bio. Okay, sorry. Before then, I'm going to bring the moderator. Yes, I'm not the one moderating the session. It's another amazing mastermind, another beautiful, amazing mastermind champion that will be moderating this session. So I'm going to be bringing on screen right now our darling Pearl. Hi, Pearl Ali. How are you doing, Pearl? You are in the studio already. How are you doing, Pearl? Hello, Pearl. Can
Good
you hear
evening.
me?
Good.
Good.
Good evening, everyone.
All right, then.
Welcome to the Young and Empowered Children section. Welcome to the Young and Empowered Children Conference. My name is Pearl Ali. I am a masterminder and I'm your moderator for this session. I'm your moderator for this section. Please, while we sit, let us watch a quick bio of our speaker. Thank you. I'm sure our speaker is ready to blow our minds. Sit back, relax, and any questions, write it down in the chat. Miss Coach Mary Beth will answer your questions. Anything you have learned in this section, put it in the comments. Thank you.
Opuruche C. Good News Okeoma is a 16-year-old interpreter. She is the founder of the Indoor Greens, a company that promotes the usage of indoor plants both for beauty and air purification. She is an aspiring author, writer, mangaka, poet, artist, and musician. At her leisure, she likes to read novels, play piano, watch anime, and learn the Japanese language and culture. She plans to be trained as a lawyer, which profession she hopes to use to fight for the downtrodden in the society.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having me. My name is Melody Opreche, Good News Okioma, and I'm here to take you on purpose, passion, and possibilities. Hopefully, you're all excited. Okay, so I'd like to be opening my PowerPoint slide right now so I can start. Okay, so let's begin with what we're going to be learning. We'll be discussing what talent is. That's the definition of talent, some examples, what talent is not, ways to identify the talents that you have, what to do with your talent, what passion is, the difference between talent and the passion, what a purpose is, what a possibility is, and then we'll conclude. Okay, first of all, what is a talent? A talent is a God-given gift that everyone is born with. It is a natural ability that you got from birth. Some talents can be hidden, but most are concrete. Okay, so like I said, talent is something that you naturally do well. So I want to note this before we continue. Everybody has a talent. Everybody is here on this world to do something. Every one of the 8 billion people in this world has a purpose, a talent, a passion. Everybody is here for something. So no matter who you are, no matter where you come from, just know that you're here for something and the world wants to know what you're here for. It wants to know your name. Okay, some examples of some talents. Now, there are two different types of talents, as you can call it. They're concrete talents and then they're abstract talents. Concrete talents, those are the normal talents you see around, the ones that you can actually see the results or identify them immediately. So you have drawing, ability to learn languages easily, storytelling, singing, acting, dancing. Those ones are talents that you can see, like performing talents, art talents, even science talents. Those are things that you're born with. Like, okay, if you've heard of Shakespeare, he had the talent for writing poems. If you heard of Michelangelo, Leonardo da Vinci, they had the talents for painting, drawing, and sculpting. So those were inborn. They were born with those talents. Now, some abstract talents, the ability to remember things easily, ability to make people laugh, reading others' emotions easily, empathy, adaptability, leadership, so many more. So these talents are the talents that are related to other people, so or related to things that have to do with other people, like reading others emotions easily. Without other people, you can't necessarily find these talents, or these are also talents that are not easily noticed, like ability to stay organized. Not a lot of people think that is a talent. They think it's too minute. Like if you have a group of things and somebody tells you to make a group another category of them, let's say you have a group of crayons, someone can easily organize them into different sizes, colors, shapes, and things like that. That is actually an inborn talent. Leadership is also an inborn talent. Yes, some people can build on leadership and work on it, but some others are born with leadership. For me, like as an example, I've been a leader from the beginning because my mom also told me that as a child, I always tried to take control of almost every situation, be it good or bad. So those are abstract talents, adaptability, empathy, the ability to feel for others. Those are talents. Okay, what a talent is not. A talent is an advantage, not a refined skill. Even though you are born with your talent, it does not guarantee that you will instantly be good at it. Yes. Okay. Now, something you are born with is a part of you, doesn't mean that you're actually good at it. For example, almost every human being is born with a set of legs, but we are not born walking. We have to build on that, on our skill, or we have to build on our talents, that's our legs, for us to be able to gain the skill of walking. So those with the leadership talent still have to build on the leadership to make it a leadership skill. Or drawing, if somebody doesn't build on his or her art skills, then he'll still be drawing wibbly circles or comic smiley faces instead of painting like the likes of Leonardo da Vinci or even anime characters. So, talent is not a refined skill, it is just something you are born with. Note that you have to build on your talent if you ever want it to become something bigger. Okay? Ways to identify your talent. Okay, I mentioned some of these. Note the things that are normal, that feel normal to you, that are not normal to others. Yes. Okay, some things like okay, let me go back to drawing. Some things feel normal. Let's say you want to copy something from a favorite show you have, a cartoon, and you draw it almost exactly the same way that you see on the TV, while others find it very hard copying even the minutest smiley face. So note things that feel normal to you that are not normal to others. Those may be your talents. Look at what interests you. Okay, this is not always accurate because you can have a talent and it might not interest you. We'll look into that later. Look at what interests you. Okay, so somebody might like singing in the shower and have a very good voice. That might actually be a talent. So look into it. That's what it's saying. What skills do you improve on faster than others? Okay, if you have, let's say in class, a lot of people find it hard to learn math. So let's say you find it easy to learn math. Your teacher gives you long formulas and things that most people won't comprehend, and you're like, yeah, this is actually very easy. I'm enjoying this. That might actually be your talent. Okay, explore different aspects of the life to see what resonates with you. Yeah, you can't, if you live in a box, the only thing you know is what is inside that box. So you have to break that box, explore life, check drawing, check singing, check coding, check all manner of things. And the ones that don't feel close to you are not may not actually be what you are talented at. But the ones that really resonate with you, whether you like it or not, even if you're good at it, that might be your talent. What peculiar things did you do as a child? Okay, I already mentioned an example for myself, that I was a leader per se as a child. So ask your parents, inquire what you did as a child, whether you drew often, maybe you drew on the walls, or whether you liked stacking things up and arranging things. Those may actually be or amount to something later on in life. So ask your parents what you did as a child, and those may most likely be your talents. Ask other people for the strengths that they see in you. Yes, there is a common thing for us to belittle ourselves, to say, oh, we're not good enough, we don't have enough things inside us. No, so that you have to lift yourself up to a point where you know what you carry, you know what talents you have. But in case you are not at that level yet, you can also ask others for what they see in you. It will help you with determining what your talents are, which skills you want to build on, and things like that. Just make sure to ask close friends, family, like your parents, siblings, so you know that you're getting the correct feedback. And finally, watch where you keep going back to on your own accord, not that your parents are telling you, oh, go back and read your biology textbook, or have you finished your homework, that kind of thing. No, what keeps you going back? Whether it's CCA, that's creative arts, whether you like the singing aspect of CCA, the musical aspect, or whether you like the drawing aspect of CCA, whether you even like the anatomy aspect of biology, if you keep going back to it without anybody else telling you to, that might actually be your talent. Okay, like I said before, the talent is not a refined skill. So note, a skill is an ability that you build or develop through learning, repeated practice, and experience. Those who are talented in a specific skill still have to work on it. If not, it will never become anything of importance. Also, that doesn't mean that if you don't have a talent, you can't form the skill. No. Let me take leadership as an example. A lot of abstract talents are termed as skills because the people who have those skills do not necessarily have those talents. What do I mean? Okay, I can have the talent for leadership, but I've never actually led a group before, a team. Whenever it's time for group work, I fall into the shadows because I don't really want to go into it. But if I have the skill of leadership, no matter if I'm a talented leader or not, if I've built the skill and told myself, yeah, I want to be in a group and be able to command this whole group, and all of us will be able to share the same goals, then you build on that skill, enter a lot of groups, enter a lot of teams, and practice. Like I said, experience. So once you practice and practice and practice, you build on it and becomes a skill. You didn't have the talent, but now you have the skill. Now, the best thing you can ever get is a talent plus a skill. That means you were born with the talent and you built on that talent to make it into a skill. So that means those who don't even have it as a talent won't be half as much as good as you are. So that's the thing. Discover your talents and build on them so that they can become skills. Don't you want to rub it into people's faces and say, oh, yeah, you're a good artist, but I was born an artist. And you can actually prove it because you have built on your artistic skills or your artistic talent to make it into a skill. So note, build on your talent to make it a skill if you want it to amount to anything. What is a passion? Okay, a passion is something that really excites, interests, or emotionally matters to you. It is an area of life that you are strongly drawn to over time. Before we go to this last section, that's passion to obsession, let me explain deeply what a passion is. And it's actually related a lot to talent. A passion is what you're happy doing. So let's say I'm talented. It's I have a talented voice. I can sing very well, but I hate singing. I don't have a passion for singing. That means I won't build on my talent to become a skill. And nobody will crucify me. Why? Because that's not what I like. It's not my passion. I don't like singing. Even though I was born with a very good voice, I don't want to do it. I don't want to sing. Let's say I was born, okay, as an example for me, I am a versatile writer. I can write a lot of things, especially in the fiction or the fictitious world, and I'm a good poet. But the thing is, when we were learning poetry and I was giving an assignment that's to write a poem, my first poem was a poem about hating poems, a haiku. Oh, I hate poems, girls, what are those? I hate them, that kind of thing. And I was given a punishment to write another better poem. So for me not to get a worse punishment, I had to actually look into the poem and write something reasonable. So I wrote a limerick poem, a type of 5-line poem. And when I wrote it, searching up the dictionary for words to help me, using the rhyming scheme, I was like, why did I actually hate poems in the first place? And as I finished it and read through my limerick, I was satisfied. It didn't seem bad or drab. Then I said, okay, let me try something more. Let me write something that might be tougher. So I chose a Shakespearean sonnet. And when I finished writing it, that was one of the best poems I had and have ever written. So I didn't like poems. It was a talent, but I didn't like writing them. But over time, I found out that writing poems was actually my talent, and I didn't hate it as much as I did before. So I built on that talent. It became a passion over time because I started liking it. And then now, writing poems is a skill. So most of the reasons, or the most common reason why a lot of persons' talents don't resonate with their passion is because, well, two reasons. One, they're scared. For me, it was because I was scared because I was thinking my poems would turn out bad. I had seen a lot of Shakespearean poems, a lot of speeches and things like that, and I didn't want to write something and embarrass myself. So the fear of embarrassment, the fear of failure, that's what held me back. So when my teacher, that's my mom, pushed me to writing a poem, gave me the second poem to write, I found out that I actually did like poems. And the fear I had was null. It didn't make sense because I'm actually a talented poet. So the fear of not writing something good, it's gone now because I actually tried it. So that's the first reason. And number two is simply because you don't like it. Yeah, you can have a talent for something and simply not like it. Nobody's going to crucify you. But for that talent to be there, that means it has a role to play in your life. So before you decide that you don't like the talent or you don't want to make it into a passion, think through so that you won't be missing out on the brighter sides of life. And then passion, healthy, is to obsession, unhealthy. They're kind of the same thing. Only the passion, like I said before, is something that really matters to you and that really resonates with you. While obsession is an unhealthy or compulsive activity. So you can have the passion for drawing, but if the first thing you wake up to do is drawing, you don't eat, you forget to eat your drawing, You don't bath. You forget to bath. You're drawing. You don't pray in the morning. You're drawing. You barely even sleep at night. You're drawing. That is an obsession, and it's, as I said, unhealthy. It can physically, mentally, and spiritually affect a person. So no, the passion is good, and obsession is not. Don't let your passions turn to obsession. In the Bible, it also says there's a time for everything. So please make sure you allocate times to the right things at the right time. Okay, examples of some passions. You can have a passion for music. I have a passion for music. You can have a passion for sports. I don't have a passion for sports. I put mythology here because that's one of my best passions, one of my earlier first passions. Actually, when I discovered mythology, I instantly liked it because it was easier for me to memorize the names, the creatures, and everything involved. Helping people, science, history, the environment, like indoor greens, art, different languages and cultures, like me learning Japanese, technology, animals, etc. These are just things that you spend your time doing. So passion is something you actually waste your time doing. Have you ever done something and your parents or older siblings have told you, oh, you spent too much time on this, why not read a book or focus on your homework? For them, it's like wasting time. For you, it's something productive and something that gives you fulfillment. That will most likely be your passion. Okay, what a passion is not. A passion is not always sunshine and roses. A passion can sometimes be frustrating or boring. It can cause self doubt or exhaustion, or even lead to creative blocks and mistakes. But the bottom line of a passion is that no matter what, you will still return to it. I think the best example of a passion for this case is those in the drawing or art community. Now, if okay, let's say somebody is drawing a manga, and I've studied a lot of manga, and it's really time consuming to draw a manga. Why? Because for adults, they're working their jobs, mostly 9 to 5 jobs, and they don't have time for manga. So that means they either have to quit or get lesser jobs. For students, they're in school for most of the day, and when they're not in school, they're doing projects, homework, or maybe they're even class captains or head boys and girls. So being a mangaka is tasking. So that means it can be frustrating or boring. Why? Because frustrating when you have a small amount of time to allocate to your manga and it's not turning out the way you want it. You're drawing and the faces are not looking exactly how you want it. Or it can be boring when you're watching anatomy videos on how to draw a human face. You know it's needed for you to grow, for your talent to grow into a skill, because it's your passion. But it's boring because you don't want to do that step, or frustrating because it's not turning out how you want it. It can cause self-doubt or exhaustion when, like I said before, your time schedule is filled and things like that, and you finally have time for manga. You can actually be tired and not want to draw anything, and nobody will blame you because a passion is not always sunshine and roses. And it can cause self-doubt. Let's say you see other artists that are way better than you, and you're like, oh, will I actually be able to do this? Will I actually be able to become a mangaka? And then creative blocks and mistakes. That is one of the most common ones, because creative blocks, you're not frustrated, you're not bored, you have no self-doubt, and you're energetic, not exhausted, only for you to put the pen down on the paper and you forget what you wanted to draw. That actually can lead to frustration itself. And then mistakes. Imagine you're drawing with a pen on your paper and somebody shakes you and you make a very indelible line. That is a very terrible mistake. So a passion is not always, as I said before, sunshine and roses. But the bottom line is that you will still return to it. If all these things happen and you give up, it was never your passion in the first place. So whatever the case, maybe you saw somebody doing something and you said, oh yeah, I want to be like that person. But in the end, you find out that you can't and you give up. It wasn't your passion in the first place. You were just living another person's life. But if you stay consistent and keep doing it, no matter what happens, that is your true passion. Okay, let's move on. Ways to identify a true passion. Okay, you don't give up on it. It feels like curiosity that doesn't stop growing. For me, like mythology, I'm still learning. I have watched more than 10 hours of mythological videos because I am passionate about it. Emotional attachment. Anytime somebody tells me to stop watching videos, I'm really angry with that person because I want to go back. Or when I'm writing something and I'm finally in the mood and out of that creative block, and somebody tells me to do something more important, yeah, I can actually cry. Excitement. When maybe drawing manga or watching an anime, you get excited. That can be your passion. Fulfillment. If you're not fulfilled, if you're not happy, you're grumbling and you're bitter in your passion. It's not really a passion. In whatever you're doing, you must have fulfillment. In whatever passion you have, it must be fulfilling. If okay, it feels like a strong sense of meaning. Yes, if you're drawing and you don't feel like this is worth it, then it's not your passion. If you're doing something and you feel it's not worth it, it's not your passion. There's this person I heard of from BTS. His name is his stage name is J Hope. He Everything about this is he has it times two. What I've mentioned about passion. Why? Because when he was signing up for the group, he signed up as a dancer. Now the person said that he should dance for her. So as he started dancing, the person said, "Okay, we'll come back to you. Just continue doing whatever you're doing." The person spent 3 hours, and by the time he came back, J Hope was still dancing. Even now in the BTS group, he is really emotionally attached to dancing. He got to a point that he was almost obsessed with it. He wasn't, but almost obsessed with it because now it's his job, it's his passion, and he's fulfilled. He doesn't feel like what he's doing doesn't make sense in life. He's happy. Now you seem to build part of your life around it. Like I said, his whole career is built around dancing, which is his passion. Okay. Good. The difference between a talent and a passion. While a talent is an ability that you are naturally born with, a passion is something that you deeply care about. Therefore, you can either have a talent but not have a passion for it, or you can have a passion for something but not have the talent for it. Yeah, this is actually true. Like I mentioned before, you can have a talent and not want to continue with it. That means you're not passionate about it. So you have a talent but not the passion for it. And you can have a passion for something like, okay, let's say, let me think. What do I have a talent for? Okay, I have a passion for mythology. Let's say that. But I'm not good with remembering long names and dates, specifically ones that mirror each other, that have the same look and things like that. So, okay, you can say I'm not that good with cramming. So I have a passion for mythology, the stories and everything, but I don't have the talent for remembering the specific names. The best middle ground is when you have a talent for something that you also have a passion for. Like I said, J Hope, he was born dancing. He had the talent for dancing, and he was also passionate about it. And he built on that talent using his passion to make it into a skill. Okay. What is a purpose? Now, a purpose is simply what God created us for in this life. Everybody, like I said at the beginning, came to this life for something. We all have a purpose. So it is a deeper reason for why you do what you do. Whatever you're doing, it all leads to your purpose in life. No matter what it is, whether you're brushing your teeth in the morning or singing on the stage, it all leads to your purpose. It is also a sense that everything you are doing in your life is connected to something meaningful. Like I said, J Hope, your perception of what your purpose actually is can change over time due to maturity, shift of passions, logical insights, etc. But your purpose itself doesn't change. Good. I have another example of that last statement from BTS. His name is Jin. So what happened for Jin is that he has the talent for acting, but when he started working on his acting talent to make it into a skill. He went to schools for it. He studied it in the university. Somebody advised him because for them to enter BTS, they had to have some specific attributes. So he had a good looking face. So somebody advised him to sign up for BTS. Now, the major things in BTS, mind you, do not include acting. They include singing, dancing, rap, and songwriting. So when he joined, his auditions were terrible. He didn't know how to move his feet. His voice was so was so cracked when he sang. He didn't know how to rap. His words were jumbled up, and he wasn't a songwriter. But the the auditioners saw something in him and actually allowed him to join the BTS group. From there, he started building on those skills. He built on his dancing skills, on his rapping skills, on his singing skills, even his songwriting skills. And right now, a lot of people know him as Worldwide Handsome in BTS. So what changed? His passion shifted. He still has the passion for acting. He even said that he'll continue acting once he's done with BTS. But what happened was that he grew older. Yeah, he matured. So he found out that he couldn't follow the line of acting at this point, especially when somebody already brought in a logical insight that will open the doors of his life forever. So his passion didn't change, his purpose didn't change, but what he perceived of his purpose changed, because at first he thought he was going to be an actor or at least start as an actor, but now we know him as Worldwide Handsome in BTS. So nothing changed. It was just what he thought he would continue doing in life. Okay. The relationship between a talent and a passion. Okay, good. Someone doesn't need to be passionate about his or her talent. Like I said before, some people might have some reasons why they do not want to build on their talent to make it into a skill. They might not be passionate, but the law of nature states that there will always be a talent that someone is passionate about, whether that person knows it or not. So that means you can have multiple talents and multiple passions, but there will be a talent that you have that combines with a passion that you have. So when you have a talent and a passion, that is most likely your purpose. So I said here, and when one discovers this special talent, passion, then that is most likely where that person's purpose lies. Hence, when a talent meets passion, the result is purpose. So you might not be passionate about all your talents, and you might not be talented in all your passions. But when you are talented in your passion, that is most likely your purpose. What is a possibility? Possibilities are the different situations that could happen or become real in the future. Okay, I just said like I could be acting a movie when I'm in my late 20s, but I'm going to give you more examples. Like, okay, it's a lot of could. Possibility most likely deals with cold, and more colds. Why? Because you're not sure if it will happen. It could happen, but you're not sure. Let me give you some examples of. Okay, let me give you some generic examples. The possibility of Jin acting. There is okay, not a possibility. There is a possibility that Jin could be acting when he's done with BTS. He said it himself, but life happens to everyone, and maturity too. So he's not sure what will happen in the future. So it could happen. He could be acting in the future, but we don't know. I could be studying criminal law in the future. I know I'm going to be studying law. I will be studying law. but I could be studying criminal law. I could be studying family law. I could be studying human rights law. I could be doing a lot of things. I could publish my manga in 5 years. I could publish it this year. I could publish it when I'm 30. That's it. I could write a song today and things like that. So a possibility is things that could happen in the future. Make sure your possibilities are based on your purpose, your passion, and your talents so that it will be accurate. Because if I say, what's the possibility of me becoming a farmer in the future, like a full out farmer, there is no possibility that that can happen because none of my passions or talents lead towards that direction. Is there a possibility that I'll become an astronaut? No. But there is a possibility for some people to become astronauts, like Neil Armstrong. He didn't grow up thinking, oh, he was going to become an astronaut, but the things he had around him, because he was the first astronaut to go to the moon, like the first astronaut to land on the moon. So one or two of the things they had growing up, maybe some talent he had for science, for the stars, for astronomy, maybe some passions he had for reading geography and geology books, led him to becoming an astronaut. So it was actually a could, not a could not. It is a potential outcome or opportunity that often changes. Possibilities can be visible or hidden. I remember when I was younger, I had a thing with animals. I loved animals. I'm not sure why. Maybe watching too much animals and toys. Maybe watching too much Doc Stuffings, Lion Guard, and things like that. I became passionate about animals and toys. So I said I wanted to be a veterinary doctor or a zookeeper. For me, then, it was a possibility that I would become a veterinary or zookeeper. Now, it's not even close. I don't even think about it, actually. I forgot that I ever wanted to do that. So possibilities can be visible or hidden. Visible as in the tangible things that are obvious, like I said, for me, going into the law courts or studying law. So I'm sure I can see it in the future that I'm going to study law. So it's a visible possibility. It hasn't happened yet, but it will happen. So that's visible. That means it will happen. Hidden means, well, you're not so sure it will happen. So visible, I gave some examples. Getting a degree, I'm sure I'll get that. Learning a new skill. I know there are a lot of skills out there for me to learn that I want to learn, like coding for me. I'm not good at coding. I'm not talented at coding, but I want to make it a skill. I am passionate about it. So learning a new skill, joining a team or group. That is a must for almost everybody in life too, because no man is an island. Be it in the law court, a mangaka. In fact, a mangaka, if you do it on your own, there's no way you're making manga. You need editors, you need proofreaders, you need other extra artists to support you. So joining a team or group, those are visible possibilities. Then hidden possibilities. How many times do you discover a talent? That is something you're born with. So like I said before, skills are different from talents. So if I discover, if that's hidden ones are the ifs, the if possibilities. Visible ones are the it will happen possibilities. But hidden ones are the if possibilities because I'm not sure it will happen. Like right now, I am actually not sure I have any more talents that I can discover that I haven't already discovered. I have drawing talent, leadership talent, adaptability talent. If I discover another one, then I'll be surprised. A new passion. Yes, I'm not sure I'll have any more passions, but as things come up, I might actually get passionate about more things and discover a new passion. A career that didn't exist before. Yeah, a lot of careers that we have now didn't exist before. Imagine computer science. Will you be talking about computer science when you're still tying corsets and going to the farm in the medieval era, trying to serve your king? They hadn't even thought of a landline, of a telephone, not to talk of computer. So careers that didn't exist before. In the future, we might be having more AI related careers that we don't have now. So yes. Okay. My talent is preaching. Okay, good. So that means if you want to become a preacher in the future, you have to build on that talent, practice practice with your peers, your family, so it can become passion and in the end a purpose. Please, how do you find a purpose if you have a lot of talents? That is singing, dancing. Okay, I'll be coming to that question when I'm done, because that is where I found most of my problem with. So that'll be the ending point. The last hidden one, a new perspective on life. Like I said before, my one of the possibilities I had before was to become a zookeeper or veterinary doctor. Now I have a new perspective on life, and that's not happening in any life. What a possibility is not. Possibilities are not just fantasies, they are not guaranteed. Possibilities are the futures that are made available to you through the combined use of imagination. You need a good imagination. You need to think. Every human being has an imagination. Planned actions, not planning, failing to plan is planning to fail, and realistic growth. As you're planning, you're growing, you're improving. So possibilities don't just happen. Yeah, I want to become a lawyer. I will study law. It is a possibility. But if I don't take my exams and pass with a certain cutoff mark, there's no way I'm passing first year, not to talk of becoming a lawyer. And I must grow. So passing the exams, keeping my GPA up in first year, second year, third year, fourth year, fifth year, as the case may be. Yes, I must do that. I must have work. I must work on it. But I must also imagine what I will do. I must also imagine the things I'll do or how I'll get there. I can fantasize. Nobody is saying you shouldn't fantasize, but possibilities are not just built on fantasies. Of course, it's okay to imagine and things like that, but you have to work. For example, those who write, if you've imagined the story in your head and you've never actually planned the story and written the story step by step, then it will remain an imagination. Difference between a possibility and a probability. Okay, probability. Those of you in the higher class know this. Probability is how likely something is to happen. A possibility is something that could happen, as I've been saying, and a probability is how likely that thing is to happen. The probability of possibilities occurring depends on the effort, learning, courage, and time, decisions that you dedicate to making it work. Yes, the probability of okay, let me give an example of a very weird probability. Probability is from 1 to 0, by the way. Zero meaning you don't have, it's not, it can't work, and 1 meaning you're sure that it will work. So the probability of the possibility for me to become a lawyer is 1, because I am sure it will happen. But the probability of the possibility for me to become a zookeeper is 0, because I'm sure it will not happen. So there are also some other probabilities in between. It can be half. You're not sure. You're not exactly sure. You just have to keep maturing and growing until you're very sure. It can be tilting to more. It can be tilting to the side of, oh yeah, it might happen, or it might be tilting to the side of, it might not really happen. So that's probability. It's not the possibility itself. It's how likely the possibility is to occur. Finally, our summary. Talent talent, an ability that you were born with. I'm seeing in the comments, yes, you can have 2 talents, 3 talents, 4 talents, 5 talents, 100 talents. You can have multiple talents. Let's just say that. Skill, an ability that you work on. You can also have multiple skills depending on the effort you put into it. I'm learning the piano. I'm not a piano prodigy. I'm not Mozart, I'm not Beethoven, I wasn't born playing the piano, so I don't have the talent for the piano. But I'm building on the skill of music and playing the piano, so that I can at least say, oh yeah, I know how to play the piano, I have the skill. I don't have the talent, but I have the skill. Passion, an area of life that you are highly interested in. So I'm passionate about learning music and learning how to play the piano. I don't have the talent for it. I'm building on the skill, or using uh, teachers, things like that, to help me build my skill on how to play the piano. And I'm passionate about it. Passion is actually what pushes you to make whatever you have, whether talent or whether just interest, into a skill. Purpose, what you came to do in life. I know I didn't come to play the piano, but I will use that for my songwriting abilities. The major talent I have is writing, be it writing persuasive, writing expository, writing stories, poems, songs. So all these things I'm learning, extra skills that I'm learning, extra passions I have, is to help me with my major talents. You can have two talents, yes, but you have one or two major talents in life, and those one or two talents will clash with your passion to form your purpose. So my two major talents, that is my visual or concrete talent, that is writing, and and my abstract or hidden talents, that is standing up for the weak, protecting others, helping others. Mix those two together and mash it with the passion of writing poems, writing songs, playing the piano to help me write songs, writing persuasive essays, standing up for people whenever I see them getting bullied, and getting emotionally down, angry, or ready to cry when those people don't get justice. Mixing it together, and also adding the skill of leadership, which I'll need to reach more people. The skill of speaking, which I'll need to reach out to more people, and still in the law courts with writing to improve my skills and all that. Mix it all together, and I have my purpose in life. Then formula for finding your calling, that's your purpose. Talent, my talent, that's writing and speaking up for people, plus passion, that is my passion for writing all manner of writing across different genres, drawing mangaka, which still has to do with writing, songwriting, things like that, and then still speaking up for people. If I mix those two together, I get my purpose, what I came to do in life. Possibility, a potential future. It's possible for I could become a lawyer in the future. It is really possible. Now, the probability, how likely it is for that future to come, I am 100% that I could become a lawyer, because nobody knows the future. I'm actually not sure what type of lawyer I would become. If some people might even call it being a lawyer. So I could become a lawyer. I am 100% sure I could become a lawyer. So that is the summary. Any questions? I'm done with my talk. Any questions that you have? What does talent mean? I'm back, star. Okay, one of the questions I saw before, that is, if you have multiple talents, how do you find your passion? Or if you have multiple passions, how do you find your purpose? Okay, if you have multiple talents, like I said before, you must not like or want to be passionate. How? Okay, please, how do you find a purpose if you have a lot of talents? That is singing, that's okay. Yeah, I'm answering that question now. So if you have multiple talents, okay, let me use the examples. You have singing and dancing. Let me go back to BTS, since yours is resonating with the singing and dancing group. If you have multiple talents and you are passionate about all those talents, look for a career that combines all those talents and passions together. For example, you said singing and dancing. Okay, BTS combines singing, dancing, rapping, songwriting. So if you have a talent for singing and dancing, you can be a stand-up musician. You can sing, and don't forget, you must not be a songwriter to be a singer. You can have a very good voice, like Celine Dion. If you've heard about her, she has a very powerful vocal. She sang in the Titanic, I think, but she is not the one that wrote all her songs. So you can be a singer without being a songwriter. And like you said, you have the dancing skills. So if you're singing other people's songs, remixing them, or singing them in your own way, you can also be dancing according to it. You can create your own career. Nobody limits you. People created the careers we have today. Law wasn't a career when cavemen were knocking on stones. People created it due to the necessities of life, and those necessities of life are based off of your purpose. So different people come to life with different purposes, and if the life they come into doesn't have the career they're looking for or the career that matches their purpose, they create their own. They break the box. The person who created music, because if music wasn't there from the beginning, the wheel, computer, wow, okay, like Alexander Graham Bell, he's the one that created telephone. Now we have a lot of people studying communication, accounting. That's the one, desk accountancy. That's where they make phone calls to people. They're the ones always receiving your calls. If Alexander Graham Bell wasn't there, then most of these things wouldn't be there. Singing, drawing, I'm seeing people listing things. Okay, singing, if you have the skill for singing, it's not everybody that will sing it. Okay, for example, let me give acting. In ancient Greece, women were not allowed to act. It was not a woman's job. Her job was in the home. So guess what they did to suffice? They the men actually dressed up as ladies to act and wore masks to act as ladies. But people found out that wasn't um, workable. So women who had the passion and talent for acting that had been subdued finally came out and said, "We can't do this anymore. This is what I came to do in life. So I want to continue doing, I want to do that without people stopping me." They broke their boxes, they started acting. AI wasn't there before. I think a lot of us know Elon Musk. That's the founder of Tesla. So he's the one that created the Tesla car model. He's also the one that modeled Twitter to X and has a lot of AI on it, like Grok. So things like that. So yes, you can have multiple talents, multiple purposes. Just look for the career that fits it. I'm rounding up. Let me just give one more example of myself. Why I chose law. It was actually a hard decision for me to choose law. Why? Because I have the talent for speaking up for other people. I have the talent for writing. I have the talent for being a leader, and I'm really bossy. I'm vocal and things like that. So my mom, when I was younger, like I said before, ask your parents what you did as a child. When I was younger in school, my mom will get reports that I distract other people while not being distracted in class. And if there's anybody talking in class, it will be me. And not just that, I was mostly the leader, the class captain and head girl and things like that. So my mom, anytime I come home, would say, "Okay, don't stop talking. Just let's channel it well. Let's channel your talking skill, your talking talent well, but don't stop talking." So I didn't stop. I still talk. I still air my views. And one other thing I noted is that I like standing up for people. Anytime I see people, or even like maybe the environment that's not being taken care of, I get a bit angry because we can do better. So law can help me with both of those things. I'm a writer too. Law helps people write. And don't forget, what you study, let me note this, in the university does not limit you to what you do. People can go to the university and study mechanics and end up coming out to be an artist. Chimamanda Adichie was going to study, is it pharmaceutical medicine or something like that, something in the medical area, and ended up being a writer that we all know. Some people go to study medicine or law and come out to be footballers. So whatever you study in the university is supposed to help you with what you want to become in life. And parents, please don't force your kids to study what they are not passionate or talented in. Please. So you don't force them on a purpose that does not belong to them, because you can copy other people's purposes. and it's still not, and it won't be yours. So please live your own purpose, find your own purpose, so you won't be living somebody else's life, because at the end we'll all give account for what we did if we fulfilled our purpose. And you want to be able to say, yeah, I did it 100% without anybody influencing me. Okay, thank you. This is Melody. Bye. I've spoken enough. I need to hone my talent and know when to round off. Okay, I'm done. Thank you for having me. Any more questions? And please, okay, let me just say something. Fight fear. Don't be afraid of losing. Don't be afraid of anything. Fight fear. Whatever you're doing in life, don't let anybody bring you down. Don't let anybody say you're not good enough. Tell yourself you are good enough, because you're here for something. That person is not going to do it for you. So whatever that person it doesn't matter to you, because the person is not doing it for you. Okay, thank you. Okay. Are there any more questions? Sorry, it looks as if you're on mute. Okay. How do you become strong? Strength is in the mind. Strength is in the mind. You tell yourself that okay, strength is in the mind. You have to talk to yourself and tell yourself you're strong. It's all about your mentality. So if you want to become strong, tell yourself that you're strong. How do you know how do I know my talent? um Look at things that you like, look at things that you're naturally good at, and ask your parents about the things that you did that were weird per se as a child. Okay. Okay. Any other questions? Any other questions? My time's as good as up. Time for speaking is as good as up. Please, how do you find the purpose? I said that. Okay.
Okay, looks like I am live now. Sorry, we had some network glitches out there. Can you hear me
Yes.
now? Operator, can you hear? Can you see me? Melody. All
Yes,
right,
ma'am. I
beautiful.
can hear
That
and
was
see
such
you.
a beautiful session. All right, that
Thank
was
you.
such a beautiful session. It's
Thank you,
amazing
ma'am.
how you broke that down, passion, talent, and how all of these come together to make up your purpose. I am glad that
Yes,
you also
ma'am.
went ahead and answered the question so we can just round up the session right now. Thank you so much for making time to join us. Did I tell you she was a Mastermind Circle member? I tell you, we breed only excellence around here. Thank you so much. It's so amazing how a young woman can be so talented and can have different feathers to her cap or hat already. Thank you so much, Aprite,
Thank,
for being here. We do not
thank
take
you,
it for
ma'am, for
granted. I
having
love you,
me.
sweetheart. Okay, then. Thank you so much. Bye. All right, so we will be ending the session right away. And run and tell your parents it's time for the parent session. Let them get back here in the studio in the next 3 minutes. We have a panel session. So, meaning it's going to be heated. It's going to be a lot of perspective and lots of examples, lots of different strategies that you will be getting from this session. We're bringing to you three amazing professionals, skilled people, yes, and of course, people with huge and many years of experiences. Okay, and so they will be sharing all of their wisdom and experiences, in the classroom, outside the classroom, in their homes. We have a parent, a mastermind parent, who is also an adolescent coach. She's going to be here. She's going to be here giving us, examples and giving us experiences from different angles. You do not want to miss it. Please miss it, dear parents. So, children, if you're still here, tell your parents it's time for mommy and daddy's session so that they can join us in the next 3 to 5 minutes. Thank you for being here. Thank you for every child who stayed through to the end. You may need to catch a replay of this session. It will be a beautiful thing to do. All right, before I go, let's talk about the Mastermind Circle for a bit. The Mastermind Circle is a mentorship and accountability group that we run for young children. Every child that has voiced is a Mastermind Circle. Every moderator you've seen here is a Mastermind Circle, is a Mastermind partner. Every teenager that you have seen here was a Mastermind partner when they were much younger. What we do in the Mastermind is we raise children who will become self-aware, children who understand that they have greatness inside of them, children that understand that they are on an assignment to shine their light to the world. We do not think we know more. I know this as I know my name, that children do not need to be old enough for them to start living in that purpose, finding what they are passionate about, finding what they love to do, finding all of these, and of course, starting that journey towards becoming everything that God has created them to be. Most importantly, children we need to start training their ears for instructions. Because if we raise children that we cannot influence, children that we cannot direct, children that we cannot guide, right? What we're doing is we're setting them up to miss their purpose and their destiny. So what you want to do early is to train the child's ears for instructions. So when the time comes where it is important that they listen to you, because listening to you, following instructions, and listening to mentors and people who have their best interests has become default or normal to them, it's easy for them to hear when someone says stop, and someone says, maybe you should look at this other way, and someone says, maybe we could look at it together from a different perspective. The truth is, if you don't introduce them to this early, then it becomes difficult to influence them when they grow older. The environment that you put your child in is everything. So that's why we want to empower them before the world programs them. And that's what the Mastermind is all about: empowering children, raising them, nurturing them with the right skills, nurturing them with the right habits, and of course, holding their hands through living their purpose daily. We give them accountability every day. So you can join us for our next cohort of the Mastermind Circle. The flyer is right on your screen. The next cohort begins in September, but you can book a slot right away by paying just 20,000 to lock down that slot, and then you can pay in parts from now till September when the new cohort begins. We are starting early. That's why we're taking in even your 4-year-olds. They can come in. We call them little minds. Let's nurture those little minds until they become masterminds. So if you like to book a slot, look in the comments after this session and send us a message. or simply just use the link to go ahead and book your slots. Thank you again for joining us in the session. We'll be back again in 5 minutes when we start the parent panel session. Thank you for being here. Bye for now. Don't go away.
Good day, everyone. My name is Aloy Mushafi, and I'm here to say how Mastermind have done an impact on my life. Mastermind have taught me how to be resilient, how to make me concentrate, and how to make me what I should do in school. Like the tasks, when they say I should write my journal, when I do my tasks of today, write how I write my reflection. I so much appreciate it. Thank you, Coach Mary Beth.
Good day, everyone. My name is Asha Fortune, and I want to say about how the Mastermind has been helping me for these years. The Mastermind has helped me to do my talent. It has helped me to do my academics. Even though I lost, I still keep going. And I love Skill Friday because my Skill Friday is about how we share our talents, our skills, and that's the best part of it. And also, I want to thank Coach Marybeth that has been teaching me all for this like 4 or 5 years on how I should do my budget, wants and needs, etc. My financial goals, my academics,